Hello, I'm Alison and I'm from Stitching Fingers Kits, and today I'm bringing you a demonstration from my kit Spring. So what I've got here is a kit that I've already started to plan out. As you can see, I've already marked out the area that I'm going to stitch, and I've already started to create the background. It's quite nice to actually create some sort of a background before you start stitching. It makes the whole piece a little bit less intimidating when you start to work on it. And with Spring, I've included some yellow scrim that you can put down there, and these rather lovely wool tops. And this is really just to get a little bit of colour in. They're quite bright, and you might have to tease them out a little bit to get it looking how you want it. So you can cut them to size. Just trim that one off a little bit there, I think. And just pull it out a little bit like that. And then I can do that on the other side as well. Then I'm just going to hold that in place with some tiny stitches worked just in one strand of stranded cotton, and just work up from the bottom. And these are only really little holding stitches, so don't worry too much about them, and carry on just holding the wool in place. So carry on like that. The other thing with this kit is that it's got some little primroses in the middle, which are cut out of yellow felt like that, and I've got some already cut out here, and then some leaves that are applied separately, and I've got 3 already cut out here. Now, the instructions do tell you how to attach the leaves, and what I've done on mine is actually done 2 freestanding leaves. So 3 leaves are actually stitched directly onto the felt background, but there's a couple of leaves that if you want to, I mean, if you didn't want to, you could just stitch these directly onto the background, but if you wanted to make them a little bit more 3-dimensional, you can stitch the veins in the leaf using a fly stitch, which is, the instructions tell you how to do that. And then when you come to attach that, just attach it at the base of the leaf. I'll just do that quickly now. Just a few little stitches at the bottom of the leaf. And that means that when the embroidery is completed, you can actually bring those leaves so that they stand up a little bit, and it gives a bit more of a 3-dimensional effect. The same with the flowers. You can either choose to sew the flowers directly onto the background and stitch them on so that they overlap like that, or you can just see if you can stitch them a little bit closer to each other so that they actually just stand up a little bit like that and give you again a bit more of a 3-dimensional effect. So if I was going to stitch them in that way, let me just finish this piece of thread off here. So to finish a thread off, just work into the back, just 2 or 3 little stitches. Just a whole thread. And just cut that off like that. So this yellow thread, which I've actually already started to use, but I'll just use this to show you how to attach the flowers. Oops. So in the kit this is actually a slightly darker thread, and it's just a few straight stitches to give that idea of the centre of the flower. I'll just put another couple of stitches in there. Oops. So to get the flower next to it standing up slightly, I'm just going to fold that over a little bit, pop the next flower down quite close, and then again just come up in the centre of the flower and put those little stamens in around the middle. And I won't go all the way around, but you can see that because I put those flowers quite close together, they're now actually sticking up a little bit and giving you that texture. And again, for the third flower, you can just pop that in like that. So those are just some tips really to help you to get more texture in your work, and the rest of the stitches round about just go to support that central motif of the primroses. So I hope you've enjoyed that demonstration. I'm Alison Parks from Stitching Fingers Kits.